Hello everyone, I'm McClendon, and today we're doing something different. We are doing a Star Wars film ranking tier list. I just did this because I wanted to do something a little different, and also I like Star Wars, so let's get into it. I don't think these movies are in order. They're not, obviously, but whatever. We're just gonna go by their order. So, yeah, we'll do that. Make sure you guys subscribe. Okay, so I'm ready. I have a lot of thoughts already. I do, but let's get into the first one. This is Attack of the Clones. Where should I put it? I'm thinking to myself, where should I put it? First, I'm gonna talk about how I feel about this movie. It's a little cheesy, okay? Like, this movie to me is like my least favorite out of the prequels. Like, it's just kind of weird. Like, all the Naboo stuff and the way Anakin flirts is just really weird, and I can't with this movie. Like, it's so... Okay, but that's the negative. That's the negative about it. Like, that's the negative. But there are some good things about it. Like, you know, I liked how... You know the part where, like, he killed that whole Tusken Raider area because, you know, he found his mom and she died. So I like that part because, like, it was showing him, like, before the Revenge of the Sith, it was showing that he was, like, something was wrong with Anakin, okay? Like, he had some issues. I also like that one scene with the Jedi fighting the Separatists and everything, and, like, that part was really cool. You know, and I also like the Camino scene, like, with Obi-Wan and everything. I like that part too, because I really like the planet Camino. It's really interesting to me, and how they were making the clones and everything, like, that was really cool. So I like that part. There was some enjoyable parts of that movie. So I'm not gonna give it like a D or F or anything. I'm not gonna give it an S. Definitely not giving it an S. I don't think I'm giving it an A. It's B or C. I don't know, because it had some good parts. Like, I didn't hate the movie. But, oh, you know what part I also liked about that movie? Remember when they got tied up and they had all those aliens that were supposed to, like, kill them, and there was that one that looked like a mantis. There was so many of them, and that one with the horn, and then you got that one cat thingy. I don't know what to call it. That part was really cool too. Like, I like the creativity. I don't know if I should give it a B or a C. And there was so much in this movie. Like, I can't talk about the whole thing. Like, there was a lot of good parts, a lot of strange parts, but I don't know. Should I? Okay, let me think. Like, let me look in the future. Okay, if I'm ranking the movies, like, what movies probably would be B to me, and I'll see if it compares to this one. Like, I'm thinking. I don't know. Okay. As of right now, I'm just gonna put it in as a C, because it was okay to me. That doesn't mean it's bad. It was okay. But if I change my mind, or if I look at the other movies and stuff, I will decide whether or not I'm gonna change that. Okay, The Empire Strikes Back. I don't want to talk too much about each movie because there's a lot of movies here. I don't want to, like, waste my time. Also, I kind of want to save room for the trash talk I have on the sequels. So, The Empire Strikes Back, let's just say I like this movie. I, like, really like it. I really like the whole Hoth scene. Like, I really like the planet Hoth, and I like the Tauntauns and everything, and the Wampas. Like, really, really interesting and stuff, you know. It's creative. And I like the part with the AT-ATs, and they spin around the thing to make them fall. Like, that's really creative to me. Because when you think about that, the thing you think about is Star Wars. Of course, I like that Dagobah training scene. Like, I liked seeing, like, the Force and everything. Like, it had a lot of Force stuff in it. And, you know, being a nerd, of course you like the Force. That's, like, the whole part of, that's, like, the whole thing in Star Wars, you know? So it was nice seeing the Force and everything, and, like, Yoda and everything. Like, Yoda's funny, so I like that movie. I can't sit around talking about this movie too much, but fast forward, I like Cloud City. Like, Cloud City is really cool, and you got to see Boba Fett, and I love Boba Fett. You got to see Lando, and I love Lando, even though Lando kind of betrayed them, but whatever. And this movie was when Leia and Han got together, and, you know, like, that was a big thing, you know. We were shipping them anyway, so, there was also Cloud City, like, you know, that scene where he was hanging off the tower, whatever. It was close to the end, and, like, Leia was Force sensitive, and she was like, yeah, we gotta go back. Like, that scene was really cool, because she's a Skywalker. Like, we didn't know it yet, but, like, it was, like, it made you think. I mean, when I was a kid, I watched the Phantom Menace first. Like, I watched the prequels first and everything, and then I watched the sequels. I mean, not the sequels, but the original trilogy. So, like, I knew that Leia was related to Luke, but no one else did. So that part made you wonder. And you also got Darth Vader saying, Luke, I am your father. Like, how could I forget that? Like, this movie is awesome. I really like it. It's like my favorite one, so I'm gonna put an S.
I love you. I know.
Okay, The Force Awakens. How do I feel about this one? The thing about this one is, I don't like the sequels, but this one was the one before everything got, like, super confusing and weird. Like, I feel like this had potential. Like, this story had potential, and then things just got really weird. I just don't like the fact that everybody is just, like, a reboot character, and, like, the whole plot and everything, like, how they start on a desert planet, like, that's just Tatooine. Like, it's like, we've seen this before. Then we got Poe Dameron, who's basically just Han Solo 2.0. And yeah, the characters are bad, but I wouldn't say this movie, to me, was that bad compared to the others, you know? Like, this movie wasn't that bad. Like, it wasn't that bad. It was, like, to me, like I said, it had potential. And Finn was an interesting character. And then they ruined him, but whatever. I'm gonna put this in C. It wasn't that bad to me. It was okay.
Tell that to Kanja Club.
The Last Jedi. I don't even want to talk about this one. I kind of want to skip it and pretend it was never here. How do I feel about this movie? Okay, when I first saw it, I didn't necessarily hate it, but over time, I just kind of, like, wore off. I just didn't understand this movie. I don't even remember what happened in it. Okay, maybe I'm not judging it right because I don't remember the plot that well, but let me just try to remember what happened. Okay, so I remember, like, Rose's sister died or something. That's why Rose was in the story in the first place. And then Finn and her met because, like, I don't remember exactly what happened, but I think Finn was trying to run away. I forgot why. I don't know if he was being a wuss or something, but whatever. And then she was crying, and then she shocked him. Like, I'm sorry, I don't remember the story that well. If I'm getting it wrong, then I'm sorry. And there was a lot, and blah blah blah. Like, Rey was getting trained by Luke, but Luke was depressed or something. And he was all like, the Jedi are dead, and you know, and then, like, Rey and Kylo were having, like, this thing where they were feeling each other, and then there was Ben Swallow. Yeah, like, they were, I don't know, they were, like, Force sensitive feeling, I don't know, and then they kept seeing each other. I don't know, I don't remember all that, okay? And then there was Admiral Holdo, like, I don't know, like, this movie. Then Poe Dameron didn't like her, I think, I don't know, and so much about this movie, like, I don't even know what was happening, honestly. I don't remember the plot. I know that's bad because then I can't really judge it if I don't really remember what it was about, but the cool scenes I remember were Leia using the Force, Admiral Holdo flying her ship into the wing of that ship or whatever, and another cool part, I like that planet with the salt and how it turned red, and when Luke appeared as a spirit, and like you could tell because there was no like footprints whenever he would make steps, it wouldn't turn red, and he was fighting Kylo. Like, that part was really cool, but overall this movie was kind of weird. Like, I didn't get the part with the kids and the I don't remember this movie. I didn't know why they were with the kids and the little horsey kangaroo thingies, and they had to save them or something because they were being abused. I don't remember. And then there was that guy that tricked them or something. He tricked Rose and Finn. And then they were with the Phasma girl. Like, he was working with the Empire, not the Empire, the First Order. And yeah, that's what I remember. And that fight scene with Kylo and Rey was pretty cool though. But there was so many confusing things because I'm trying not to talk about the Rise of Skywalker, but didn't we think, or I thought Rey might have been a clone before, because I thought she was like a clone of something. Like, she was cloned because that one scene where she was having that weird vision thing and you saw multiple versions of her, and like, I thought, because we never knew where she was from, so I thought maybe like she was a clone or something. That part was confusing now that I know about the Rise of Skywalker and everything. I don't like this movie, like, at all. So should I be nice? Should I be nice? I don't know. I think I'm gonna give it an F. I didn't like that movie. The thing about this is that I have to talk about every single movie. Like, I don't want to miss anything. I'm gonna try to shorten how much I talk about one movie. Okay, A New Hope. I like that movie. I liked it a lot. Because it was like the start of the whole Star Wars story, and it's like, you know, Luke is on Tatooine and everything, and, you know, you see that message of Leia, you see that message with Leia and everything, and she's talking about Obi-Wan, and then there's, you know, or Ben Kenobi, basically Obi-Wan and stuff, and, you know, Luke meets Ben and everything. We have this whole thing with Ben and Luke trying to save Leia, and, you know, they run into Han and everything, and, you know, they do this stuff. Like, I don't want to talk about the movies too much anymore. That's why I'm explaining it so poorly. And, you know, we see Chewbacca and everything. This movie, like, it's really good. And then the Obi-Wan dies, unfortunately. It's like, it's a really good movie. Like, I don't want to go too in depth in this movie. But I really liked it. Like, it was the whole starter and everything. And like, Ben gave Luke Anakin's lightsaber, and it's funny, like, Luke believed that Anakin was killed by Darth Vader, but I guess you can say he was spiritually killed by Darth Vader, but we're not gonna get into that. I'm gonna put this A. I like this movie. The Phantom Menace. I'm thinking in the future, where does this belong if I'm comparing it to everything else? I actually really like this movie. I know that some people don't like the prequels, but I really like this movie. You like the whole pod racing thing, and like Darth Maul and everything. Like, this movie to me was really great. I really liked it. Like, the pod racing was literally so fun. I don't know if you guys played like that Lego Star Wars game, but they had pod racing on it, and it was so hard, but it was so fun. Like, I really like pod racing. Like, that was a great idea. I really liked that. Darth Maul, like Darth Maul was crazy. That was amazing, you know. And how Qui-Gon Jinn died and everything. And it's like, it's just, this movie is like the beginning of the Skywalker thing. Like, we're talking about Anakin, and you know, Anakin is Luke's father. It's like the beginning of everything. So I really like this movie. I'm debating actually where I should put this. I'm debating. I'm sorry I didn't talk about this movie that much. I do not want to talk way too much about them. Like, I'm debating right now. I don't know exactly where to put it. It's unfortunate Qui-Gon died, because if he didn't die, I don't think Anakin would have turned evil. I'm thinking in B or A. I don't know. Honestly, how much did I like this movie? I didn't like Jar Jar. I'm putting in B. Sorry.
The ability to speak does not make you intelligent.
No, should I put it in B? Maybe that was too quick of a decision. I'm thinking right now. Should I put it in A? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll change my mind in a second. Okay, Return of the Jedi. I like that movie too. So let me start from the beginning of everything. I don't want to talk too much about it. I've been talking way too much about the films. I have to shorten how much I talk about it. So Leia's with Jabba and everything. And we're trying to save Han and everything, like, and stuff. I like that part with the Rancor and Luke. That part was really cool. The singing in the beginning, the singing in Jabba's Hut was like really great. They did really good. Yoda dies. That was sad. Okay, because Yoda was great. Then he says there's another blah blah blah. Let's just go to the end right now, like the Ewoks and everything. Yeah, we meet up with the Ewoks, we team up with them against the Empire, and then Luke freaking goes to Vader, and Palpatine, Vader switches sides and everything, and Palpatine dies. Freaking Rise of Skywalker, he dies. And then you got Vader turns good, and like Anakin's back. Anakin finally came to his senses. He was a Jedi before, so he comes to his senses and everything, and then he dies though. Poor Vader. And Luke was like, oh no. But then they leave. And then victory celebration plays, and you see the Force ghosts and everything. That movie was great. I'm gonna put it in A2. Rogue One. I really like this movie because the thing with the standalones is that those movies were so good compared to like all the other things, the sequel trilogy. Like, whenever, like, I think Rogue One came out after Force Awakens, I was just like, this movie's so good. Like, you can bash on the new Star Wars movies all you want, but Solo and Rogue One were good. So Rogue One, I'm trying to get through this. I'm trying not to stay too long on a movie. This movie, I like, it's about the whole thing, like, before A New Hope and everything, and how they, like, get the Death Star and the plans. Yeah, I forgot to mention that when I was talking about The New Hope. I was kind of rushing. Yeah, that, and I like the Team Rogue One, and I like their chemistry and everything. I like K2SO. I like that blind dude. Like, that dude is really cool. I like the whole story and everything, and just the ending and everything, like how all of them died. Spoiler alert, but if you haven't watched that movie, like, I don't know why you haven't. It came out like 5 years ago. 5 years ago? Dang, I just realized that. This movie was really good. Like, the ending and everything, I really liked it. It was just a very great movie, and like, even the beginning, like, in the beginning, I was hooked with that, what's his name? Krennic? I don't know. I don't remember the names very well, but that guy came to that planet, and like, Jyn Erso's dad, Galen, was all like, yeah, they're not here, or whatever, and like, my wife died. And then, like, it's so dramatic, like, it was so scary, that part of the movie. Like, it was like, I was like on the edge of my seat. I was like, what's gonna happen? And then finally, in mid-movie, she finally gets to see her dad again, but he dies. So, unfortunate. It's a great movie. I'm gonna put it an A too.
Congratulations. You are being rescued.
The Revenge of the Sith. You don't want to know how bad I want to put this in S, but there's so many issues with it at the same time. Like, I want to put this in S so bad because I really like this movie. Like, it's my second favorite. It would probably be my favorite if it wasn't like there wasn't so many issues with it. Like, I feel like this movie should have been way longer, and it would have been so good if everything was like almost like everything was right. Like, not everything had to be right, but almost everything was right, because a lot of things were wrong with this, and I still really like this movie. So, I don't want to talk about this movie too long, but let's get into it. Let's talk about the positives. This movie is just amazing. Like, the plot and everything, like, Anakin turning evil, like, this is crazy, especially considering, like, Padme's pregnant and everything, and, like, he's turning, and, like, Palpatine's manipulating him and everything. It's just crazy, you know. Like, we get to see, like, Vader, like, how he became Vader. It's just amazing. But there's so many issues. Like, this movie should have been, like, I feel like it should have been way harder for Anakin to turn evil. Like, he turned evil a little bit too easily. I'm gonna skip some of the Count Dooku and the Grievous part a little bit. Let's talk about the negatives, the things I found wrong. What's wrong with me? Let's talk about the things I found wrong about this movie. I don't understand why they just let him turn evil. Like, it felt like they didn't really care that much. Yoda knew something was happening to Anakin, but who cares? We wanted him to become Vader, right, guys? The whole fight scene with Palpatine and Mace Windu and all those other Jedi, that, me and my dad, like, my dad talks about it all the time. Like, that fight scene was so bad. Like, literally, everyone died, other than Mace Windu, like, in 10 seconds. Like, somebody died at the 3-second mark. Somebody died at the 6-second mark. Like, that's how it was. Like, how did they die so quickly? It wasn't even a challenge. Like, it was just so, like, is Palpatine really that good? Like, that he can kill 3 Jedi in few seconds. He doesn't even need to try that hard. Like, that scene was dumb. And then you got that, you know, when Order 66 was executed, like, the Jedi, they didn't even feel anything. Like, aren't they force sensitive? Weren't they supposed to be like, wait, something's off here, like, and stuff? But no, like, they died. Phone bust. They died, like, so easily. The one I really hate is Alyssa Curtis. Like, she did not try at all. Like, oh my gosh. Like, oh, I hated that. I hated that so much. It would have been so good, like, if we got to see them fighting the clones and everything. But of course, we had to keep Obi-Wan because he has plot armor. You know, like, it's sad that the little Padawan did so much better than all the other Jedi. I want to give this S so bad, but I'm not sure if it deserves it. But the fight scene on Mustafar, oh my gosh, like, this movie is so good, but it's like some of the most important parts are, like, dumb. Order 66 shouldn't have been that dumb. I think they fixed it in Clone Wars, or some of Order 66. I don't know the last season of Clone Wars, I never watched it, so I don't know. But still, what they did in this movie alone, they messed that up. But I don't know. I don't know. I really like this movie though. Like the whole plot and everything. Like the only reason why I like Empire Strikes Back more is because there's so many issues with this movie. If the issues were fixed, this would be hands down the best Star Wars movie. I'm gonna, I don't know. Like everything about it, like that part where Padme and Anakin are both like looking and they're crying, like Padme's ruminations and everything with the like, oh, it's so, everything is about, it's just it's so complicated. I don't know if I should give it an A or an S. S means amazing. I don't know. Maybe I'll, this is too complicated. I don't know where to put it. There's only one. Okay, how about I think about this? All of these are A's. Would I put this in the same level as these? I'm gonna give it S. 'Cause it's still really good, even though, to me it's still really good, even though it's kind of iffy. Solo. I actually don't remember this movie way too much, but I remember liking it, and I do remember like a bit of it. I actually do not remember the ending that much, unfortunately, but you know, I really, the actor, like, I feel like people judge this movie way too much because it wasn't even that bad. I mean, it was good. I mean, we got the guy who played Solo actually did really good. He did a good job. Like him getting separated from Kira and everything, and then like them meeting up eventually, and the whole Empire thing when he joined the Empire, and like the only reason why his last name's Solo because that guy literally just gave him a last name and he went by Han Solo. That was like, I was like, oh, that's how he got his last name. And then he joined, what's his name? Beckett? I don't know, but he joined Beckett's crew or whatever, and he was doing all this stuff, and it was like Han Solo's origin story, and it was really great, you know, because I like Han Solo, and Han Solo, they killed him in The Force Awakens, so yeah, I like this movie. Not gonna go too in depth because I want to get to this movie. I'm gonna give it a B, by the way, because it was good. I mean, I don't think, I won't give it an A, unfortunately.
I trust no one. Assume everyone will betray you and you will never be disappointed.
Okay, this movie. These movies are just really like, The Last Jedi in this movie to me, they do not connect that well. Like it just got to the point where it got really strange. Like Rose Tico's not even important in this movie anymore, and you might be mad at me for this, but I don't actually remember this movie that well. The only time I've ever watched it was when it came out, I think. Like that's the only time I've ever watched it. I watched it in the theater when it came out. About this movie, it's just interesting. Why did they have to bring Palpatine back? And I wish Rey died instead of Kylo, honestly. Because Kylo was the most interesting character in the whole trilogy, in my opinion. Because he was Solo, and he was Leia and Han Solo's child, and he was Force sensitive, and like, it was like, and he started the First Order and everything, and the whole thing with Luke and him, how he's training to be a Jedi, and then Luke turned on him and everything, like, he was so interesting, but whatever. This movie just, it's like, it's too much, man, it's too much. Like, I would say that it's just very confusing with the whole Palpatine thing. Like, I don't get it. And whatever about this movie. The battle thing at the end, when the Kylo and her were fighting Palpatine, I think that was meh. That scene was meh. Okay, it was okay. And there was other stuff happening in the background with Finn and them and everything, and that was meh too. But this is just the end of like the trilogy, and you just see how many wasted characters there were. Like, nothing happened with Finn. Poe Dameron, same old guy, and Rose, literally, we forgot about her. In the beginning of the movie, I think my voice just cracked. The beginning, I'm trying to remember the beginning of the movie. I don't remember the exact beginning, but I do remember, like, the part with them meeting up with there was a new bot, there was a new droid, and it was green and white, I think. And then there was that part with C-3PO with red eyes, and there was that part when Rey went in that cave thing, I think, and then she saw an evil version of herself. This movie was kind of strange, but the one part I did like was when Kylo Ren was talking to us, Ghost of Han Solo. Like, that was really cool. But this movie is kind of, I don't really like this movie that much. I'm gonna give it a D.
Give it to me.
So, yeah, this is my tier list. I think I'm gonna keep Attack of the Clones and see. No, should I? Okay, I'm not even gonna think about it. Let's just trust past self's judgment. Maybe she was right. Some of them are a little bit biased. Some of them aren't as good of a judgment as the others, because some of these movies I don't remember that much. So I'm kind of just guessing. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like it, subscribe if you want more content like this, and I will see you guys next time.